Welcome back to Market Pros. And we have Solana here on FTX on the daily. As you can see, we've been in a downtrend for quite a while. Now, we did make a higher high than this high right here. We still have, we got plenty of room to make a higher low. A lot of that's going to depend on Bitcoin. Let's see, RSI is testing the bearish control zone. This could be a retest and resumption down. You are testing the signal line right now, but if you can get back above this signal line, get back above this last high on the RSI, that'll look good. Now, if you enter the bearish control zone, not so good. MACD fresh cross of the zero line. Now, we do have support here, and last time it danced around here, we did break back up. So just because it crossed the zero line doesn't necessarily mean a death sentence so far. Your negative momentum is decreasing. So if we get that retest and resumption, same as the RSI, if we get that retest and resumption down, it's not going to look good. If we cross that signal line, bullish on both the RSI and the MACD, that's going to look good. Your vol is contracted all the way down to the bottom. So you are printing multiple blue signals, which means, obviously we're kind of in a range a little down to the right. So this next move is going to be big. Let's move down to the 8-hour. Kind of want to go through time frames, kind of go through where our momentum's at, where our volatility's at. RSI. Looks like it's trying to come up and test the neutral median line. You are above the signal line. Let's see. Do we have any divergence? Well, you did, but that kind of led you up to this bar crack back down. Let's see. MACD below the zero line. Did get a fresh cross to the upside though, and your positive momentum has printed two dark green bars. So we'll find out what happens there. With a lot of this is going to depend on the lower time frames, and that'll spill over into the 8-hour, which will spill over into the daily. Vol is very low. As you can see, we're going into range. Let's move down to the 4-hour. I want to start zooming in here. RSI, above the neutral median line, above the signal line. MACD below the zero line, fresh cross to the upside. Positive momentum is increasing. Let's see here. Vol is in the lower zone. Looks like it's starting to lose its downside curvature though. But we'll find out. Could go all the way down. So we could have a little bit more of a range here on the shorter term time frames, and then the bigger move come, in a few days to a week. Let's go down to the 1-hour. Okay, let's see. Looks like we could be printing some sort of ascending triangle. I'm not really a pattern trader, so take that with a grain of salt. Just letting you know it might be there. Okay, so RSI above the neutral median line, above the signal line, working its way up to the bullish control zone, but we'll find out. We got a lot of resistance right here at this last high. MACD above the zero line, pretty fresh cross and, well, retest and resumption of the zero line. So the 1-hour is looking pretty good. You got your positive momentum increasing a little bit, nice upside curvature. Vol is expanding as the price action moves up. I think it could come up to this 200 right here in this purple region that we were talking about yesterday. Now, whether it can break that, because it could come up here and still make a lower high if it does get rejected. Because, basically right where that 200 is sitting right now, it's basically where your last high is. Well, this high. This is the one that I want to break, because this is the high on the higher term time frames. Yeah, it's going to look good if we can break this last high, which we are right there right now. A lot's going to depend on this candle, maybe the next one. Looks like your moving averages are trying to cross bullish here, but that does not mean that that signal will work, because you are in a range. As you can see, these moving averages can fake you out a lot. That signal that I use with the moving averages doesn't really work in a range. So Yeah, validation of the upside once again would be to get back above this purple region right here and the 200 and this last high. If that happens, I think we come all the way up to this purple region at 108.76 to basically 111. So 108 to 111 would be where I'd be looking at. Validation of the downside would be to get back below all these major moving averages. If that happens, I would expect us to come all the way back down to the range at somewhere around $95. So I think that the bounce isn't over on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I really didn't cover what I really thought with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but since most people watch a Solana video, I'll cover it now. So I think the bounce isn't over, but still leaning on the bearish side, medium term. So short term bullish, medium term still bearish, long term bullish. Doesn't mean that we can't come down a lot more. But I mean, overall, I'll always be bullish on Bitcoin long term. But yeah, medium term, I mean, we got a lot of global events, a lot of variables that fit into this right now that will affect our market. So definitely stay tuned, stay nimble. And if you guys like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Tell me how I can improve. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you in the next one.